Joined now by Cape Breton Eagles head coach Jake Grimes. Jake, the club coming off a really tough finish to the weekend anyway. You get the result on Friday, but Saturday was a tough night at the office. What do you think happened that night?
Absolutely. A lot are going through these kids' minds in terms of what teams are playing. A player from Quebec, when can I ever get home if I can, and when can my family see me? And I don't know what to say about it, but we certainly didn't respond well to a negative situation in the, let's say, 4 minutes into the third of the last game. I decided to, at that point, sit some of the veteran guys down, but the mood of the whole group was poor. It's strange. I mean, the night before, we dominated in every statistical category. We had a great game. We show up the next day. We slept in our own beds. I thought we were pretty decent in the first 2 periods. We were hanging in anyways, and then challenged them before the third, and we played 3 or 4 of our best shifts of the year. And then it got away from us, and it got away in a big way. Lots of lessons, lots of thoughts put into it this week, and hopefully we're ready to go.
How did this week of practice go? Anything in particular you wanted to work on? Obviously, you want to limit the high-end chances you saw in the third period.
We'd been working on the types of things that went on late anyways. We've been working on the best possible way we could track back to our own zone and back check, pick up men early, keep our men in our D zone, win battles in the D zone. These things were coming along, so it was more of the same to work on them. But it was more so a reach inside to each guy and say, we've got to learn from that. That is a display you just don't see every day. I've never seen it. And I'm included. We're all included in it. So what could we have done better at that time? Or what could we have changed, even if it's one thing, to help our club at that point? We went around the room. Each guy had a thing to say. We've got to get something out of that. It can't happen. And the big thing for me that is just as tough to watch that is one night to the other, and the level of inconsistencies that I think it's going around the league quite a bit, but that's a tough one to handle too. We should have been able to come off that first Halifax win flying and going at it right again, and it didn't happen, so we're going to keep working at it.
You'd mentioned the issues with COVID. I'm sure it's maybe taking a toll on the players mentally. Is there anything you've gone through as a coach that can compare to this? Do you even talk to other coaches around the league? Is this something that the coaches work together on, even across team borders, just because it is such a unique situation?
It's happened so fast, and it is so different. And it is so day-to-day, game-to-game, practice-to-practice. To a lesser extent, we're caught in a situation that the entire world was caught in when this stuff started. No, we don't have straight-up answers for anything. It's every day trying to say, let's try to get our guys in a good frame of mind. Let's try to think the positive side. Let's try to understand that we're lucky to be playing this game right now. And let's take it one game at a time. Let's understand that when we're on there for that 60 minutes, let's try to put everything aside and do the best we can about 60 minutes.
Unfortunately, William Gamargo was out in that game as well. Do you have any update as to when we might see him again?
I don't know when. We're hoping. Certainly it's not long term. He's a guy who is starting to get into his groove. Even in the game that he left after the first period with the injury, looked fairly solid for that period. Our goal was, after he played fairly well for us and we played well in front of him on Friday against Halifax, was to come right back with him and help push him over the top confidence-wise, make him feel like a starter and be a starter. He is a starter, but he wants to be a big starter, a guy that's known around the league, and he's still working at that and still doing a good job with it. So it's too bad that type of progression's been halted, and now we'll go with Nicholas, who's done well in the league already once, who's been in a couple of unfair situations after that, and he'll admit he didn't play well in some of those situations. There's no question, too. So we're all in this together. We have what we have right now. Jack Cashin's going to come back us up. We've got full faith in him, too. We'll go from there.
The one good thing that comes to the Saturday's game is Lewis Canning gets his first Q goal. He is a natural goal scorer based on his days in Major Midget or U18. How much do you try to take and appreciate that moment? Unusual situation for him to get the goal in a blow, but how do you step back and appreciate what that was?
Okay, full credit to him for continuing to play and being there at the right time. I do feel bad for him in the sense that how can you celebrate a goal like that? A, it was just sort of hanging around the front and batted one in. When this guy gets scoring like we think he can, you're going to see some shots from the top of the circles go bar down and all kinds of great things. It was cool to get. I think it'll end up being for him just more getting that one out of the way type of goal. He'll get a lot better goals than that in the future.
Looking ahead to tonight against St. John, you play a team that's probably a little bit upset too. They haven't played to potential yet. You haven't seen them in the season. You saw them in preseason. What do you know?
High-skilled team, fast team, very experienced coach. Guy that's coached in every level of hockey. Guy that I was an opponent of in the Ontario League for quite a while. He worked with Saginaw for a number of years and has been through it all. He should be able to help that club, I think, maximize what they've got. I believe there's in the area of 9 first-rounders on that club. There's talent there. Everybody is looking forward to them having a very good year this year. They've missed a couple games. For them to get out of the gate and get going and then miss some games, and then everybody's in tough situations here now, and that team will get rolling in the right direction, I can tell you that.
Well, we look forward to seeing it play out tonight. Good luck, Jake. Thanks for this.
Thank you.